I couldn't remember which one of these I bought off of eBay from an overseas site, but now I know. This one came from Nike. These are actually kind of cool looking.
They're definitely an upgrade.
Yeah, much better than last year's, that's for damn sure. They feel way better than last year's too.
Spoiler alert.
Oops. Hey, what's good guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we got a detailed look and review on these potential bad boys right here. This is the Nike Zoom Freak 4. As most of you guys know, this is Giannis's 4th signature sneaker. Is it the best looking out of the 4?
I think so.
Oh, really? Wow. I still think his first one is the best looking. I really like those. Performance-wise, they weren't the greatest, but they got the job done. The 2s were, they were okay. The 3s, I didn't even like how they fit my feet, so I didn't even bother with them. These feel pretty awesome though, so I do like these. They do feel like they reuse a lot of things, but they also switch things up just enough to where I'm like, okay, slightly an upgrade, I can with that. And like I was saying earlier, or is that gonna be the intro?
We don't know.
Okay. And I actually bought a pair of these. It was this one from an eBay seller from overseas because they were available early, but they got here so late that Nike released the same shoe. And so I bought one of each, not remembering that I bought this one. So now I have 2 of them. One of these is gonna go over to Alan. He's gonna test it and give the performance review. The other one we will be giving away. So whichever one of these that he doesn't want, they're gonna end up on Discord along with these 3 bad boys right here. We're gonna be giving all of these away. We give giveaways, or we have giveaways once a month. We're supposed to give away about 2 shoes a month. I think last month we gave away 13. Oops. So if you wanted to get in on all of the action, all you got to do is head over to WearTesters.com/join. There's a link down below in the description box. It'll slide you right over to that page. You can read what it means to be a Discord member. Essentially, we are self-funded here. So all of these shoes we pay for ourselves, and the Discord is the main reason why we're able to do that. So because of all of those great people in there, not only do we have a wonderful community, we also have the means to be able to give these free reviews for all of everybody else. So a thank you is in order to our Discord members, whether you are part of it or not. Now with all that being said, the outsole is f***ing sexy, man. Like Nike has not been playing with traction this year. All of their traction looks and feels fantastic. This guy right here feels no different. It doesn't look pretty or anything, but it looks and grippy, you know what I mean? And it feels grippy too.
It looks like an arrowhead or a shark's tooth.
Well, that's the shape of the outsole. I'm talking about the actual pattern itself. It looks amazing. However, that shape is actually great for performance as well. You got a nice wide stable base there, tiny little outrigger, which is perfect for the cushion setup because we have the same exact stuff as we had last year, which are 2 4-foot Zoom Air units. You can't really see them as well as they were like last year, because last year they really like kind of had the outsole go into the cushion system and everything. So you saw where those pods were, but it's the same exact thing. Essentially, we have one here and one here. You have open windows in the front, which I absolutely love. I love visible tech.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
You think that is annoying?
It's soothing. It's like we're giving them free ASMR along with our music and your voice.
Okay, if you guys can hear weird pitter patters, it's just raining outside. I wanted the door open. It's not helping. I'm still sweating, so it is what it is. Why am I sweating when it's raining? That's the real question.
Maybe it's slightly humid.
It is. So yes, you can see the tech. Yes, it feels awesome. It doesn't feel super springy, but it feels springy enough. The more weight that's applied, obviously the more force is going to be given back. That's what Zoom Air is all about. You can see the tensile fibers right in there.
It's beautiful.
You gotta love the copywriters. They say durable foam is built into the outer side midsole to help keep your foot on the footbed, which is this wing right here, and it's a little air penny-ish. You know what I mean? Like the whole like wing thing. For the person that wrote that, this right here is called the lateral side of the foot. So lateral movement. It's gonna keep you on the footbed. The foam itself is EVA. Feels good. Doesn't feel great. Luckily, there's those 2 Zoom units in the front. There is nothing in the back though as far as cushion, which is interesting because the Freak is huge.
That's what she said.
So you'd think that they would do something for, I don't know, maybe those crash landings that Jordan Brand was talking about with the Air Jordan 37, but you know, most people stay on their 4-foot, so marketing. However, I do think that the sculpt of the midsole is very interesting. Basically, it allows for a little bit of twisting and everything like that. So if you do have heavy footsteps and things like that, it should act semi-decoupled, not completely, but semi. I just hope that there's a really good torsion bar in there, because if there's not, you can over twist and that would suck. Now, the upper on these guys is cheap as it gets. You know, it's just textile everything. It's pretty basic. It's pretty standard by today's standards. I am surprised though with how many different textiles are used within the upper. So while this is not my preferred method method of construction. I love leather builds. I do like that they are different textiles because it at least gives a little bit of extra something to the materials and to the build and things like that. Obviously, when they're colored like this, they look crazy, but when they are fairly clean and fairly simple, I like the different textures. It makes it look more dynamic than it actually is. So we got a basic mesh on the toe box area. All of these kind of like shiny little overlays are fuse or TPU, so very thin plastic. It's to keep the stitching points on point so they don't tear, and also add a little bit of extra durability, especially in high wear zones. So this whole forefoot area is taped with it, and then we have it along the eye stay as well, so when you yank those laces, it's not pulling right through the thin textile. This textile though, right here on the lateral side of the foot, it's very thin and see-through, but it feels very strong. I do like the way that that one looks actually. I think that that looks really cool. Whereas on the medial side and on the tongue, it's just a really basic mesh. Like this is super basic. Then the back section of the shoe is the tightest textile, so that's gonna be the strongest. That keeps you locked into the rear of the shoe. There's an internal heel counter in there as well, so that should work really well on court. And then the insole, that's even cheaper than the blue one. So yeah, it's very similar though. It's just an open-celled foam. This should bottom out really quickly, so if you wanted to add your own insole, your own orthotic, then you can. Wow, that's really cool. I'm glad I took that out. Look at that.
I can't see anything.
You can't see that?
No, you just made it darker.
There's a little cutout right there in the strobel at the heel. It's showing you the internal kind of like composition of the midsole itself. Usually there will be small holes cut within the midsole or like cored out. One of the best ways to see something like that is with the KD12s. So if you wanted to check out that video, just to look, it's like Swiss cheese and stuff like that. And usually when you have a midsole like that, it's to add a little bit of compression with your weight. So when you put more of your weight on there, kind of like Zoom Air, it's gonna flatten out a little bit, but then with the airbag, it deflects all that energy back up into you and goes back into its normal shape. That's the same exact thought process behind coring out a midsole. This is not cored out though. This is like cut out. It's like waffles. That's a nice throwback to those of you guys that know all about the waffle outsoles. But yeah, it should do the same exact thing. So there's lots of spaces in between each groove. So when you step on one of those squares or whatever, then it's gonna press down and go right back into shape. So even though there is nothing in the heel, that right there is gonna add a little bit of extra something, at least the feel of something. Now, as far as sizing is concerned, they do fit true to size. They are shaped very similarly to last year's, but they don't have that dumbass strap on the midsole or the midfoot.
The strap made it look like an iron or those ugly Yeezy shoes. Like it gave them the same shape. The ones that everybody's wearing. We have a video.
But yeah, it still has that same very straight last and everything, so it doesn't fit my foot perfectly, but if it does fit yours, I feel like these are gonna be a really good bang for your buck option. I probably wouldn't take these outside even if you were to get an overseas one. The rubber tread is just really soft and it's very thin, so you'll probably burn through that pretty quickly. That's the overseas version, and the rubber doesn't feel any firmer, so just a warning. But again, we'll send one of these over to Alan. He'll test them, he'll review them in a few weeks, so give him some time to do that properly. And other than that, I think that your shirt is awesome.
One of us got dressed first today. The other person refused to change his outfit.
Okay, but one of us designed what we're wearing. And
one of us wanted to be the special reminder today in the videos.
Yeah, fun fact, since apparel is now just open. We're not opening it specifically just for a launch and then we shut down. It's just open. We've got a ton of stuff over there too. We've got shorts that are awesome. I'm wearing them right now. Actually, I wear them every day. So yeah, I love them. And they're super comfortable. The zipper's hella thin, so it's not like cumbersome. Like I hate those like really thick zippers, especially when they get stuck and then they jangle when you walk. These ones don't do that. And then we got plenty of shirt designs, so all of our past designs are available. Some of them have sold out already, but there's still a bunch of them on there. So if you wanted anything, hopefully your size is still left. The Since tee is there too. If you're wondering why mine looks a little bit different, it's because I'm wearing my sample. This is the official version, like the retail launch, if you will. So I wanted things changed just a little bit, like we enlarged the logo.
Oh yeah, that was my big thing. I was like, it's a little small.
Yeah, so I wanted it just about a ½ inch bigger on each side, and we did that, and it looks awesome. But anyways, what do you think about these overall? Obviously, you said that they look a lot better.
I chimed in. I definitely agree on the color scheme. I think that's what's making it more attractive to me.
The only thing that I like about this particular colorway is that it will be way easy for me to show you the different textiles over there when we're doing the B-roll and stuff. But yeah, I think that these are going to be a really good shoe on court. So shout out to whoever designed these, the team that worked on them. I think that these launched already for Nike members or something like that, and I couldn't find them again, so I don't know where they're available now again. Good job, Nike, letting everybody get a fair shot at your stuff.
If they're available, I'm sure Drew will have put something
Yeah,
in
there will
the
be a
description
link
box.
somewhere down below. But again, stay tuned for the performance review. We'll work on that soon. There are other performance reviews out there, so you can always check those out too. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all the support, and until next time, guys, have a good one.
Hey, isn't that my favorite Posty song?
Should I fix this up? Posty? Is that how you
Yeah, me and Posty.
guys go way back?
Way back.
Y'all have similar hair?
Yeah. But it says stay on the toe.
Stay a little longer.
Stay freaky.
That's your tagline.